you've been hustling a long time. And it takes money to buy stuff.
It takes money to buy a whole lot of stuff.
And you knew how to spread that money.
I knew what I was doing.
You treated them good?
I treated them fair.
Fair is like a C.
No, fair ain't like no C. fair is
Like a B?
Fair is a good type. But I was like, even though I was balling, I didn't go out of control. You know what I'm saying? I didn't spoil no woman or anything like that. You know, most men go out there. No, what I did.
You didn't spoil nan woman you had. You just didn't know you was spoiled.
No, I didn't know. They was happy with the things that I done, what I did, and stuff like that. You know, and
that was some good stuff, man. Look here, Johnny. Man, look. If you had that money, you was good to him.
I was good.
Don't sugarcoat it.
I ain't sugarcoating it. I was good.
Look, that woman, look here. The woman loved you.
I was good. I was real good, you know. But then after that, you know, life goes on.
It goes on. Well, as good as you was to them, if you need them, could you call on them?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. Well, that's what I mean. You know, if I'm good to you, I at least want to be able to call on you.
Know what when I say not no bad terms, you don't leave on bad terms. If I need them and call them, they there.
Okay. Well, you know, Charles a good friend?
Charles is he's the best friend I have. You know, he's a good guy.
No, go on and say it like you just gonna say it, man.
I said Charles is my best buddy. He's my good friend. He all that.
Yeah, you wanna.
I ain't no. If I say my best friend, that's good enough. Me and Charles, we go back, and that's my buddy.
Okay, I want you to say it like it is. You know what I'm saying?
And Charles got a good heart.
Charles gonna be there for you when them women ain't there for you.
He always gonna be there for me. Yeah, and I'll be there for him.
That's all I'm saying. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
I mean, I want to be able to have a partner that I could call on, or he can call on me too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You know, so that's a good thing to have a friend that you can call on like that.
Yeah, that's a good friend.
Man, you know, everybody ain't got one, bro. I'm telling you.
No.
You ain't got one.
Yeah, but you know, I tell you, he's a good friend, you know, and by me going through this transition with this prostate cancer and everything, you know, he gave me good advice, and I listened to him and stuff like that. About. You know, and I appreciate, you know, the information that he gave me, the advice he gave me, you know, and he did all of that out of love, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most friends don't give you all that, you know, and they just like sugarcoat, you know. And, you know, most friends that I talked to that had this procedure done, they had it taken out. They wearing Pampers and stuff like that, you know. And, you know, I got a friend wear a Pamper, you know, been wearing a Pamper for a year and everything, you know, because you never know when it might run, a leak or whatever. You don't have no control of that.
Right.
You know? Right. So when I sat down and talked to Charles. Charles said, you know, I did my research. I went to specialists, and I talked to specialists. I talked to 3 of them. I talked to a brother. I talked to a white guy. I talked to another white guy. And I talked to my doctor. He's a Chinaman. And he said, the best technology that we got today, you don't have to worry about nothing. And I said, I put my hands in your hand. My life is in your hands, and I'm trusting you. He said, you know, after all this, when you get through with all this, I'm still going to keep in touch with you. And that's what made me realize that if somebody don't think about the money, it's what's in your heart. And they have a heart.
That's a good doctor.
That's a good doctor.
Yeah.
You know, so when I got to talk to him and then told Charles, you know, me and Charles and talk and everything and stuff like that, you know, he gave me good advice. Because when my doctor, the other doctor, was, you know, supposed to been monitoring this and, you know, telling me bits and pieces, and the only thing he did is wanted to take it out. And then I said, nah. And, you know, they have radiation seeds. He didn't tell me nothing about that. You know, I had to go to these specialists to find out all about this and stuff. You know, and I'm saying from 22 to 24, you said I was good in 22. The numbers was low. How they get up to close to 2 stage? See, that's what got me messed up right there. You know, and I got upset. I got mad. He got on the phone, was talking. Charles was right there. He didn't want to talk no more. He said, I gotta go. So he got off the phone, man, you know, that kind of like hurted me. And, you know, I got got mad, man. And here I am, my life, man. I'm thinking about my life, man.
Right.
And stuff like that. Here I am, got tears in my eyes, man. Here, man, I don't trust with my life.
Right.
So many years since 2016. And you tell me something like this, see, I got a problem with that.
Right.
Then I have to realize, God got a better plan for me. He don't have control of my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? And he don't want to own up to his mistake. But I put it in God's hand, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like I'm saying, when I talked to this other doctor, and they gave me good advice, and I listened to Charles and everything. So by me going through this treatment and everything, I feel good.
Yeah, well, that man brought you that feeling of hope, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some positiveness about it.
Yeah, so most doctors you talk to about this disease and everything, they give you bits and pieces. They don't give you everything.
Right.
This doctor, he left out the room. I said, I got one more question to ask. The man came back. Now, that's a doctor. Any other doctor would have kept on going. He came back and answered my question. And I appreciate that.
Right.
And I shook that man's hand and stuff like that. He said, you don't have to worry about nothing. I looked dead in that man's eyes. And I know he was honest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't about the money, because I asked him, this is about the money. I could go find somebody else to do this. It wasn't about the money. It's what I felt and what I seen in his heart.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt this energy, And then when I came and I told Charles, Charles said, man, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And now going through this treatment, and I feel good.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing when you feel good about something and you feel that positive energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you're going, because you had mentioned it to me, a little bit back, and so I'm glad you down there getting that that radiation or whatever it is, and I mean, God gonna do it,
You got to put your hands in God. You got to trust God. You got to believe God. But I tell you, any man out there that's going through prostate cancer, if you trust God, put it in God's hand. Don't stress, don't worry about nothing. There's some things that you're going to have to change in your life, some things you're going to have to give up. Like sodas and stuff, that's not good for you.
Right.
Some water you can't drink. So you got to drink alkaline water, for your body. You got to eat right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you got another chance in life and everything where you could beat this thing, trust God and believe in yourself. And just have faith. God will get you through this. And then for the men's out there, don't want to go get your prostate checked out. I'm begging you to go get yourself checked out. Don't wait till you get in full stage and said I shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's too late.
Right.
Cause see, right now you fighting against a battle when you get up and then when the numbers climb up. It's not no guarantee. It's just a hope you going on, and you hoping that the doctor could do this. But you could have prevented this a long time ago just by going and get your prostate cancer, getting checked out to see do you have prostate cancer. It's nothing wrong about your anything like that. It's nothing about your pride. It's all about just getting checked out so you know what's going on with your body.
Right.
And see, a lot of men don't want to do that, talking about, and I don't want to do that. That's my man. It ain't about your manhood.
Right.
It's about, do you want to live?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We just need men to get to the doctor.
That's all they need to do is get to the doctor.
Get their blood work and all kind of things.
Get your blood work and get checked out and everything. But when you get your blood work, you tell them to check for everything.
Everything. You right.
Everything.
No, you right.
Because, see, when they check your blood, they only check for certain things. You want to get checked out for everything.
All right.
And once you get checked out for everything, and when they come back, you already know what you're going up against.
Well, we just want to make sure this man says something very wise. Get it checked out for everything. Don't just say you just going to go through your normal, your kidneys, your liver, things of that nature. Check all of it, all your vitamin D, vitamin A, everything, Get it all checked out so you will know.
Yeah.
So the man just spoke and said something that's a nugget that we need to all pay attention to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And don't have to always wait till you get in your late 50s and all that. As soon as you get past that 40, start checking it out.
That's true. Because you never know what's going on with your body and everything. And see, 9 out of 10 black men's like eating red meat. And sometimes you can't eat a lot of red meat because it don't digest in your system. See, a doctor's not going to tell you that. Red meat stay in your system for 6 months. And see, then when it stay in your system, they call polyps. That's what causes cancer. And see, that's why I'm encouraging current men to please go get your prostate, whatever, get checked. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. It's just a test that you can just go in, they check you out. It might come back normal. So don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. That's a key nugget right there. Don't be afraid to get it checked. You know, so man, you should start speaking in these last 15, 20 minutes.
Well, you know, by me going through, I go through radiation every day. And it ain't nothing but 10 minutes. You go in, you get in a machine, it's not bad. You know, you go in, the thing do what it got to do, and you out just that quick. So
10 or 15 minutes?
10 to 15 minutes. That's all it takes. The new technology stuff they got right now is.
So you just in you know, ain't none of that.
It's like
IV.
It's no IV anything. It ain't like radiation. You get the IV. This is this. I mean, not radiation. Excuse me. Chemo.
Chemo. It's not chemo.
It's not chemo.
It's radiation.
Radiation, you just go through chemo, you put the IV in. Radiation, you just get in the machine, look like an MRI. Your head stick out, your feet, you lay on the table. You in there, you lay down, and then the only thing they're gonna do is target that one spot.
Is that right?
That's all. They got the new machine to target that one spot, and once they target that spot, the machine do the work. You in and out just like that.
Wow. Do it take your energy? Or, you know?
Don't take no energy. You can drive yourself. You get back in the car, do your normal day. The only thing you just got to make sure that you use the bathroom in the morning. Make sure your bowels and all that stuff is clean before you go start your treatment. That's all.
Wow.
And this men's and women's go to the center where I'm at. And I'm just so grateful.
Grateful.
For everything that God done for me and what he's doing for me now. I don't take nothing for granted and anything like that. I appreciate everything because I trust him, I believe in him, and I have faith in him. And I feel that I'm already healed. I am not tired. I get up, do my routines every day, and that's what I do. And then after you finish this 28 days of radiation,
right,
you got 6 months to heal. And when you heal in 6 months, they still gonna come check on you every 2 years. You don't have to worry about nothing. That's it.
Well, I'm glad you got a mind to go and handle that and do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, I'm glad God touched your mind. You know what I'm saying?
You know, faith, I've been in church all my life and everything. And you gotta have strong faith. You got to believe that, this just a mindset back. It's where do you go from here?
Right.
That's all.
Well, the main thing people got to realize is never to give up.
No, you never give up.
You don't give up mentally, physically, spiritually.
No.
Don't give up.
You can't give up. And the key thing is you don't worry about it. You put your mind somewhere else where you don't think about this. You put your mind in a good space and everything. See, what keep me going and everything is my grandkids. I got to live for my grandkids because I want to see them grow up.
Right.
I can't see myself sitting up here stressing, and then my numbers climb, and then I'm gone. And then the first thing going to say, what happened to Pawpaw?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not going to be a good feeling for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Don't never be afraid of anything. Always trust God and put your hands in God's hands.
Yeah, man.
And
You gotta trust
if
in
God could guide your walk and your footsteps, trust him. That's all you got to do. And live your life, enjoy your life.